To begin the disassembly of your Motorola Atrix 4G touchscreen glass digitizer and LCD, you'll first need to remove the back housing from your phone. Use your fingers or a safe open pry tool to pop the back housing away from the phone. Be careful, it is plastic and can crack very easily. Once this is removed, you now need to remove the battery, the micro SD card, as well as the SIM card from your phone. Next, using a T5 screwdriver, you will need to remove the following 8 screws. Please note, there is one screw held under a little plastic shield on the left side of your phone to the left of the micro SD card shown right here. You will need to remove this screw as well. Next, using a safe open pry tool, run the pry tool along the sides of the back of the phone. This will release the back housing frame from your phone. Be careful once you actually move the housing to the left because it is still connected with a flex cable. You will need to release this flex cable as shown here in just a moment. Now you will go ahead and release the board from the phone. Be careful, there are still 2 flex cables underneath the board which will need to be released from the phone. Using a safe open pry tool or a pair of tweezers, you will first need to remove a kapton tape covering up your flex cables. Once you remove the kapton tape, you will release a jawbone connector holding one flex cable in place, as well as release another cable which is not held in by a jawbone connector but simply clipped into the board of the phone. Lastly, once those 2 cables are released, you will now release a third cable on the bottom of the phone. Once again, this cable is just clipped in, so you can pop it right off. Next, using a safe open pry tool, you will go ahead and release the little plastic cover shield from the phone. Next, you can release a flex cable held in by adhesive on the back of the phone, as well as the speaker assembly. Do not remove the speaker assembly yet, simply release it. Once these have been removed, you can now go ahead and use a hot air heat gun or a blow dryer to gently heat up the sides of the front of the phone. This will loosen up the adhesive holding your glass touchscreen in place. Once adequate heat has been applied to the front screen, use a safe open pry tool and run it along the sides of the screen, releasing the adhesive holding it in place. Please note, we have sped up this process and it will likely take 2 to 5 minutes to completely release safely the front touchscreen from the phone. Be careful not to go ahead and Next, you will need to remove a little rubber grommet from the phone, and once that has been completed, you can now release a plastic clip from the back of your phone. Simply remove this using a pair of tweezers or a safe open pry tool. Next, you can go ahead and release the digitizer cable from your touchscreen through the small opening on the top of the phone. Please note it is difficult to place the new digitizer cable from your touchscreen through this hole, so you will need to remove the LCD from the phone as shown in the following. To release the LCD from the phone, simply use a safe open pry tool and go along the sides of the LCD. Be very careful not to damage the LCD during this process. If you find it difficult to remove the LCD, heat up the sides or back of the phone to loosen the adhesive holding the LCD in place. Once this is complete, you can now replace your touchscreen digitizer or LCD display.